Hey guys, Tim Gillette here, and I just have one question for you. It's 2017, and it's half over. So why would 2017 be the best time to start a blog? Let me ask you something. Do you have a message that you want to share yet? Does your business need more connections to make more sales? Does your charity or your cause need more connections to get more donors? Is your story one of those stories that really inspires people to want to take action and do things? How about money? Do you need more money this year? You see, if you answered yes to any of these questions, then guess what? Now is the perfect time to start a blog. You see, here I've got some reasons why. But before I get started with that, why don't you grab a pen and paper and I'll run you through all of this to get some notes. So I'll wait a sec while you go ahead, grab a pen, grab paper, and we'll get ready. So imagine this scenario, if you will. What if you were suddenly recognized as an expert or authority in the field of study that you're in, or the field of business you're in, the niche you're in? What if suddenly you became in great demand? What if you became a celebrity in your niche? Sound like a stretch? You know, I used to think the very same thing too. Guess what? Then it happened to me. You see, in the past few years, I've created so much online content, created so many things of goodwill, so many ways of helping people that each time I do something new, people are jumping to find out what I'm doing. I know, there's a skeptic inside every one of us, and the skeptic in you right now is saying this. Tim, I tried that. Tim, I tried that blogging thing and it didn't work for me. Hey, Tim, I tried to write posts online and it didn't work for me. I know some of you, you went ballistic on posting on social media over a 5-week period of time, and guess what? You didn't get 1 million followers. You didn't have the one video that went viral, all right? And you're going, dude, this is not going to work for me. Maybe you're one of those people who are out there going, Tim, you know what I mean? That tech stuff, I don't understand how the backside of WordPress works. I can never figure out how to post my blogs, how to add a picture, how to lay it out. What's this, this SEO and this all that stuff out there? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe your problem is you're like, Tim, I've read some of your writings and I think you're a good writer, but man, I can't write like that. Guess what? I used to say every one of those things. And every one of those excuses I just showed you was an excuse that was mine along the way. And guess what? I got the same result you got. Nothing. Sound familiar? Until I learned a simple 3-step process that things that I learned in that 3-step process was called how to create interactive content. You see, everybody knows that you've got to produce some sort of content online. If you want to build some sort of online presence, if you want to share something about your business online, you've got to produce content. That's their big thing. Content. I've actually heard, hey, yeah, content rules. Content is king. I mean, all those different things. Everybody knows you've got to produce it. But if your content isn't doing the job right, then maybe you got a problem. If your content is not having your readers, your subscribers, and your followers give you the ideas to help create your content, maybe to even share it for you. So, would you like others to help you create your audience for you? See, to do this, you've got to have a proven formula. You need a proven formula, and I learned it in this simple 3-step formula that I'm about to share with you today. So, these 3 questions I get asked all the time when people come to me about blogging. Number 1, how do we find out what our readers want? That's the biggest thing. How do we find out? What do we know what they want? How do we get them to share it for us? And what do we need to do to create? In fact, if you're creating online content now and you're not getting the results you want, it probably has nothing to do with the way your content looks. Probably has nothing to do with your SEO. Nothing to do with keywords you selected. Has nothing to do with how good you can write. It's all in how you say things. So here it is. You got to talk about what matters. Talk about what matters. Find out what matters to your readers. Your ideal niche, all right? You got to find out what matters to them, what's in their head, what they're thinking about, what to do, what they want to do, what they want to solve, what their problems are. And you got to match that with what matters to you, or the content that you produce, or the solution that you provide for them. And to do that, you follow this simple 3-step process. Number 1, you got to open the door. You see, no matter where you want to go into a business, if I walk down to the neighborhood jewelry store, and if the door is locked, I can't go in to buy. Too often that you're not writing content in the form that gets people to open the door. You see, your door's locked on your content, and they have no idea how to get past that door. You've got to open the door for them. You got to open the door with creating what I like to call an attracting presence. Attract them and get their attention. It's the biggest thing we've got to do. We've got to get people's attention so we can tell them what we got, how we can help them, what we can do to fix what they're going through. See, your prospects, the people who want to hire you as and become your clients, every day they have tons of things being thrown at them, distractions in every way possible. And if you're not throwing something at them that is just another distraction, they're not coming in. They're not going to open the door to look. If you're not giving something to them that gets their attention, they're gone. You've got to get their attention from all the distractions that's going on in the world around you. Truth is, tons of other people in your niche are blogging about the same solution you have, but it's not you. You see, you've got to grab their attention. In order to grab their attention, I found the greatest way to get their attention, I've got to figure out how to control their focus. And a great way that I've found to change someone's focus is to ask them a question. Why? Because it's pretty much impossible for the brain to ignore a question. And it sets you up for the next step. You see, after asking them questions, you set them up for the next step. What is that next step? The payoff. See, now you've got them because you've asked them questions. You've got them in that manner to read through what you've got, and you get them to the payoff. The payoff is the content, the teaching, all right? The exact thing that they came there for was to find a solution. You got them away from their distracted world to get to the attraction point in the open door, and now they've gotten to the payoff point where now it's the time for the content. It's time for you to write and create the content that they told you they wanted. They want a solution to their problem, man. And they want to know if you're the person that can help them solve it. See, the trick is to write about what matters to them, and then you relate it to what matters to you, which is your sales, your product, your service, your solution to their problem. Teach them something in this section using just simple, small tips. This is an area to use bullet points, use smaller paragraphs. Those smaller things will actually help teach more than writing a big thing. Talk more about them, their problem, and less about you. Talk more about their desired outcome, not your product or service. You see, your product or service can solve the problem, but it's their outcome that they want. The desired outcome that they want is why they're searching in the first place. And if they're searching for a desired outcome, they don't know it, but really they've searched for your product or service, and you've got to talk about the desired outcome, not your product or service. Stop trying to sell coaching. Instead, sell a solution. Show them the results they want in the content you're writing. Educate them on how to get where they want to get. That is how we pay off for the reader. Then we come to the final section. Step 3, it's called the call to action. You see, you can get to the call to action after you've shown them in the payoff section that you can actually help them with the problem they are searching for finding a solution in. And you were able to share with them how you can solve their problem in the content section because you got their attention and got them to walk in the front door in the first place. You see, now you've led them down a series of steps, and now the step is you got to get them to do something with what you just taught them. You can't just give them the information and great, give them the solution to the problem, they go on their merry way, and they don't connect with you on a further basis. So, everything you do should have a purpose behind it. So when you create content, you've got to have a purpose. As a matter of fact, I am none too hiding of the fact that I actually do everything with a purpose in mind. I'm doing this video to actually help you see a program that I have. But every time I talk, I do a speech someplace, I do a webinar someplace, it is to either get people into an opt-in, get them into a program, to get them into, and again, I'm trying to fill my Rock Around Your Blog program so I can fill my inner circle, all right? And that is the whole thing. So I'm filling it with people who want the solutions that I can help and provide. To lead the prospects one more step, you see, the call to action is not necessarily a sales pitch. Sometimes it's just the next step. Maybe your next step is to pre-sell or pre-frame an affiliate offer you've got coming up, someone you're about to partner with. Maybe you need to generate some anticipation about a launch you're doing. Maybe you're just trying to get opt-ins. By the way, it's the biggest reason I use my blog for is to get people to opt into my lists. Whatever it is that you're trying to get them to do, again, don't go for the big sale. Just try to get them one step further. And now that you're in the payoff section and you're into the call to action, it's the time to ask for it. But you've got to give them a beneficial reason why to act. Give them something and a reason to go do that next step. And I say give them a good reason why they should do it now. Try to do something to get them not putting it off. See, this same 3-step formula has been helping me sell without selling on my blog for years. And now that you know what to do, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I've got a program called Kickstart Your Blog. Kickstart Your Blog is a 21-day blog building program. It takes you through the first 21 days with nothing online to actually building a blog from nothing, and it's so easy that a non-techie person can do it. We actually walk you through the first 20 days to set it up to build the blog right. And by the way, in the first 21 days, there is no other upsells, no other charges. This is all an educational process. We help you get started with your blog. We help you build a following. We help you create blog posts that attract people in to what you want to teach. We help you get opt-ins. We help you get a better response rate. We help position you better for your industry. And we do it all for $47. See, the Kickstart Your Blog class is a 10-minute video every day for 21 days. 10 minutes worth of work on top of that. So 20 minutes a day tops for 21 days straight. After that, it can be maintained daily blog posts with about 10 to 15 minutes of work each day. We walk you through it in your first 21 days, and we do it in a step-by-step process because we believe in taking the learning process a little bit of a time. Don't overwhelm your world. Just take it a small step at a time. You see, I started blogging back in 2010. By 2012, I had a few followers, and I had some regular readers, and I was able to get a client or two off of my blog. But up until that point, I still was struggling. I wanted to get more than 1,000 people to visit my posts, 1,000 people to give them there a day. I had not done it up until this point. But in mid-2012, I began using this blogging formula to expand my reach. As a matter of fact, it was March 2012 to be exact. I decided to do nothing but this idea on my blogs. And where did I get it? I got results. I got an idea. I got people to do things. My results, 7,700 people came to read one blog post. 7,700 people came to read one blog post. Another result I got, using just one blog post, I was able to get the founder of Papa John's Pizza to call me from a blog post. Think about that, about getting your clients to call you. See, I've gone on now to use this exact formula to reach and get new clients all over the United States. And now I'm even in several countries in Europe and Australia, helping them as well. And guess what? Now I'm going to give it to you. Normally, this is a $97 program, but if you act today, we're going to give it to you for just $47. That's a $50 savings. All right, you get to claim your seat and actually get into this program. It's all on there, so you basically can do 1 to 2 different things a day, all right, or you can take it a step at a time each day, or you can do a week at a time in one day. Again, 10 minutes a day of instructional video, 10 minutes worth of work, all right, then you posting a blog post. So it's very easy to do. What you want to do next is, if this sounds like something that you want to do and you're ready to get started with a blog, then I want you to click the button below this video and we'll get started, and I'll see you on the other side.